welcome to the EQ Video Tip. I'm your host, Eric Forsetter. As always, it's great to have you back for another edition of this week's EQ Video Tip. Before we get started, let's review the goals of EQ Video Tip. What's on tap today? Well, we've got a great article from Peter Longhurst, and he talks to us about 4 things that great managers provide to make them great managers. Now, there's research actually out there from McKinsey that says 75% of employees cite their immediate boss as the most stressful part of their job. So no pressure as a manager here, but believe it or not, managers can be the most stressful thing that people find in their jobs, and it's one of the highest reasons that people actually leave their jobs. So how as managers can we get people to be more in tune with us, more in sync with us, more interested in working with us? And what are some of those tools that managers can provide? Pete is going to jump in and give us a few good tips to act as managers to become the best leader we can be and also engage our employees more. Now, if you're not a manager, that's okay, because you want to look for managers who have these things, or maybe one day you want to manage. So look for these things in a great manager, or when you get that opportunity, lead like this. Tip number 1, connections. Great managers in this study, they emphasize connections with their team as well as with individuals. And how did they do that? Well, they made sure that every person was actually a person to them, as opposed to another number or another head count. And they did things like set up meet and greets where different people can talk to one another about things that are going on in their lives. They also took time within the one-on-ones to find out about personal goals and family goals and friend goals and understand the whole dynamic of an individual. They also set up things like Slack channels to remember things like birthdays, anniversaries, important things, vacation pics, just little things to create that community is there. And they created team rituals as well, like make a joke Monday or having drinks for coffee on Tuesday, things like that that made that connection part of the business and made the employees connect more with them as well. Tip number 2, managers who are really connected create a safe space. And what do we mean by that? Well, they treat their team members' mistakes as a learning opportunity. So for example, if someone makes this mistake, they don't say, that was a terrible mistake. They say, okay, what do we learn from this? Or how can we do better the next time? How can we improve on it? They also celebrated their wins, even if it was a small one. So when someone did something great, they made sure to take time to thank them and go out of their way to say, hey, you did a great job. And they listen to everybody, that everybody has a voice on the team, and instead of talking more, they listen more. So listen more, talk less. And it's important to make sure that you magnify wins by sharing them upwards as well in terms of the leadership chain. So again, create that safe space if you want people to follow you as a manager. Tip number 3, they offered real-time support, and that means that they would put aside administrative tasks if a person on their team needed help. They were present with their team, whether it means going out on the floor with them or whether it means taking a call when they had something else on their plate. Whatever it was, they made sure they made time for their teams. For example, if someone came in and said, hey, are you busy? They'd say, I'm busy, but I can always make time for you, or no, not busy at all for you. Just little things like that, and setting aside time to go out and meet with the team, do things with the team, and ensure that they are transparent with all the work and their schedule and their availability makes a huge difference. So make sure that you have hours for real support and that you offer real support to your team to remove barriers from them preventing you from engaging on a day-to-day basis. And in doing so, you'll offer that real support or real-time support that they need. Our last tip, empowerment to grow. The study shows that the number 1 reason people quit their jobs during the Great Resignation was that their managers didn't give them an ability to develop and grow, or they didn't feel like it was there for them. And so it's so important to give your team opportunities to grow. Find out your team's strengths, their weaknesses, and their personal and professional growth areas. When you do this, you're empowering them. You're giving them the opportunity to see that there is a career path here. Maybe it's they want to make more money. Maybe they want to go into a different career. Maybe they just want to grow into a manager or grow within the role that they're in. Whatever it is, make sure that you give opportunities and identify opportunities for them to stretch and match their strengths and their goals that are there for them. Set clear expectations as well, what success looks like in that next role or the next opportunity for them. And then finally, give them honest feedback. When you do that, you empower them to grow. That's a wrap for this week's EQ video tip. Hopefully you like the tips that Peter put in front of us today. Use these whether you're a manager or you want to be a manager one day or you're looking for a great manager to help you grow your career and empower yourself. So that concludes our EQ video tip for today. Try incorporating some of these tips into your daily routine. But remember, use what works best for you and personalize it for yourself. Thank you always to our great research team for providing us with some great tips today. As always on EQ Video Tip, we want to end with gratitude. So thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Here are some resources that you can use if you want more information on EQ going forward. Thank you again, and we look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Thank you.